Hi everyone, it's Sunday the 16th of August. I'm not actually fishing today, but I'm going to be going one day next week. I'm not sure what day yet because the weather is a bit iffy, up and down, so I can't actually say what day I'm going yet. But what I thought I'd do the introduction in my back garden, simply because I don't want to be making too much noise on the bank when I go up there, because it'll be a carp session. And I don't want to spook them, so I want to make as less noise as possible. So on my next video I won't be talking a great deal, so try and make it as quiet as I possibly can. So what I thought I'd do, I'd show you what baits I'm going to be using. I'm no expert at river carp fishing at all, as you may know. I've only been once. This is only my second time and I'm looking for my first river carp, so it's quite exciting. Whether I get anything or not, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll try and we'll see. I shall probably be going early morning and fishing till around 11-12 o'clock midday. I'm not going to be fishing overnight, I don't think. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. You might catch, we might not. And the baits I've got are, I'll show you what I've got. I'm going to be using 2 rods, and I have got with me, well, I've bought some 18mm Pacific tuna boilies. I've got those. They're 18mm. They're probably what I'm going to be using on a hair rig. I've also got some, I've got all Pacific tuna boilies. I've got 18mm, I've got some 16mm ones, and I've also got some 12mm ones, which I probably won't be using them. Certainly not for carp anyway, because they're more likely to attract bream and stuff, which I've got no problem if I catch one, great, but it's carp that I'm really after. So I've got 18mm Pacific tuna boilies and some 16mm and 12mm. That's the boilies. As I said, I'm going to be using 2 rods, one on a normal hair rig clip, on a, with just a boilie on it. The last time I went carp fishing, I used a pop-up. I don't think I'm going to be doing that this time. I think I'm just going to be fishing straight on the bottom, with a straight lead on the bottom, hair rigged. But I might change that later in the session if things ain't going at all to plan. But we'll see anyway. And the other rod, rightly or wrongly, I'm possibly going to be using a method feeder with a 18mm boilie on it. And for that I'm going to be using this, the krill method mix. So I'm keeping everything fishy. The hair rigs, the boilies. The boilies are fish based tuna, and this is krill, so everything will be fish based. So that's that. I say rightly or wrongly using that method feeder, I don't know, but that'll be on one of the other rods. So I'll be using 2 rods, one a method feeder and one just a normal lead clip. So we'll see how we get on. As I say, I'm no expert at all at going for river carp. I've never caught one yet, and I've never seen one apart from in the videos on YouTube. So we'll see how it goes. I look forward to that. I'll be using these hair rigs. They're called Total Carp, and they're made of braid, barbless of course. And on the method feeder I should be using a Guru 4-inch method hair rig, which is those. I say rightly or wrongly, I'm no expert at it, and we'll see how it turns out. I'm quite excited about it really, because I've only tried it once, and I think from what I've done since the last time, I've learnt quite a bit watching videos and stuff like that, and information. So I've caught plenty of carp on day ticket fisheries and lakes and that, still waters, but not on this river, not on the river. So I know that if I get one, I'll probably know all about it. So I've got my big landing net with me, 42-inch landing net, as I say, 2 rods, and we'll see how it pans out. So I'll see you up there on the river on the day I go, and hope you're all catching yourself, and I'll see you then. Bye for now. Hello everyone, it's Tuesday the 18th of August, and I'm up the river for my second only carp session. See if I can catch one. Didn't start off too great. I was going to be going early morning. I got up at 3:45 this morning, and it was bucketing down. It really was. So I went back to bed because it was literally tipping it down. So I went back to bed and I thought about it, because I really wanted to have an early morning session till about midday, but it hasn't worked out that way, and I'm on holiday, I know, but I'm limited for certain days. So I decided to come up now and fish just into the evening and just suck it and see, really, see what happens. But I'm on Lock Bridge here, and I'm going to be fishing down there, right down as far as you can see, round that bend to where that telegraph pole is, by the trees, or somewhere down there anyway. So but the problem is I'm going to have to be extremely quiet, very quiet, so I'm going to have to limit what talking I do, and just see how it goes, really. I've got to be very quiet, setting up. I've got to set up away from the bank, and yeah, just basically so I don't spook any fish that's there. If I catch one, great. If I don't, it'll be another experience. I've never caught a river carp before. I've only been once, and that was up there, but that was in broad daylight, sunshine, hot sunshine, so I wasn't really going to have much chance of catching one. But I think conditions are a bit better today. It's a bit cooler. It's a lot cooler actually. There's a nice little breeze about, and there's a bit of cloud, quite a lot of cloud about, so can be good conditions for fishing. But we'll see how it goes. As I say, I've got to be quiet, so there won't be much talking going on. But if I catch anything, I'll certainly show it to you, and hopefully I will. But anyway, I'll catch up with you a bit later once I'm set up and I'm fishing. Right, I've baited the swim up. I'm not actually fishing yet. I'm all ready to go now. I thought I'd just show you a couple of other little spots here. A couple of little holes. Look at this little spot here, look. And just round here. There's already been, I've already seen 2 or 3 carp topping in that swim where I'm going to be fishing. I only hope I haven't spooked them, but anyway, it's all an experience. I'll just show you. I'm not anywhere near my rods or anything, and the rods aren't out yet, so I'm sort of walking around in an arc. My stuff's right over there. That's how important it is, you see. When I went for carp last time, it didn't occur to me to, you know, sit back from the edge of the bank and be as quiet as you can. But this whole stretch looks really good for bream and tench as well. You know, I should bear that in mind, I'll tell you. There's no problem with going down here, having a look. Look. Down here. fishing up there underneath those trees, but there's this all looks good down here as well. Got to be fish down there underneath them lily pads. Anyway, as I say, I'm not going to do too much filming, certainly not too much talking either. That's why I'm having to keep my voice down. I hope you can hear what I'm saying. I want to get started now. Time wise, it's about 10 to 1, 5 to 1. So hopefully I can catch something, and if not, at least it would be an experience. I've actually seen fish topping, carp topping. Right, I'll catch up with you if anything happens. Right, we're underway. Both the rods are out. I don't know what it is, but something down there. An almighty bloody splash. I've heard it twice now. God knows what it is. It almost sounds like somebody's throwing a brick in the water. Right down there and amongst the trees somewhere. I say we keep getting some quite hefty showers. There's another one coming over here now, but it's quite refreshing actually because it's quite humid again. Very quietly show you where I am. I've got one out there, just underneath that hanging branch there, or in between the two, and the other one is down to my left, down there. Right, that little tap. Look, a little tap on the left hand rod on this one. Might have been nothing. Maybe I could set my rods back further than they are, but I'm having trouble getting my bank sticks in the ground. Could have been a line bite. It's just looked to me like it went like that. There we go again. Yeah, there's definitely something there. I'm going to switch off in case something happens. Yeah, I'll keep on getting taps on the left hand rod, the one nearest to us, which is just down there. I think the one on the right, which is in amongst the lily pads, I think I need to try and get that out a bit further underneath those hanging trees, which is what I'm going to do in about 5 or 10 minutes. I'm going to bring them both in and get them out, put them out again. It's definitely exciting, this, I tell you, it really is. Give you a closer shot if I'm quiet enough. Well, I had a half decent bite on this rod about 10 minutes ago, but there's nothing on there, and the boardie was still on there. I keep getting taps on this left hand rod, on this rod here, just down, it's just down there. But the one on this one here, it's Been out there for about an hour and a half now. Nothing yet. No bites at all on that rod. Here we go, up there, look. See if the camera can pick it up. There we go, little taps, look. Possibly small fish there, or possibly bream, I don't know. I say about 10 minutes ago it really went there it goes again. Yeah. There's definitely something down there. Look. Yeah. And that's what it's been doing for a little while now. My guess is that it's small stuff. But I'm going to bring this rod on the right hand, so I'm going to bring it in, and I may put it over more towards the lily pads and see what we can find, see if we can pick something up there. And she's still doing it. I'd say that's small stuff, but you never know. I'll get back to you in a while. Well, it's 20 to 3 now. Nothing has happened yet apart from I had 2 or 3 knocks on this left hand rod here, this nearest rod, this one here. I've recasted them both back out and they're both in good spots. The one on the right is underneath, in between those 2 hanging trees, in between the 2 hanging branches. I've tried to get it as far back as possible in there, and this one here is right over in the corner to my left. I guess with this sort of fishing it's just a question of just waiting and just see if anything takes it. I'll be absolutely over the moon with just 1 carp. I'll be, you know, if you say, right Alan, you can have 1 carp today, will you be happy with that? I'll be absolutely delighted with it. Certainly is a really good spot here. I just feel that when I first turned up this morning and those 2 or 3 moving just out underneath them hanging trees where I've got this rod, this right hand rod, probably spooked them already, I don't know. But having said that, I mean, it's the middle of it's early afternoon now, so you're less likely to catch something this time of the day than either later or earlier in the morning or at night. I say the latest I'll be staying towards about 7:30, so if I catch something I do, if I don't I don't, but it is you know, I'm enjoying it anyway. Quarter-past 3 now, still nothing at the moment. So I was really hoping to get here. I was all set to come here really early this morning, and as I said earlier, I got up at 4:45 and just started putting my socks on, and it tipped it down. It was tipping it down. I thought, oh Jesus Christ, I'm not going in that lot. And then I went back to bed, and I got up about 8 o'clock, and I ummed and ahed about it. I thought, shall I wait until maybe next week, a day next week? But I so much wanted to get up here, and I had everything ready, so I thought, oh sod it, I'll come up here. I know my chances of catching something are reduced, you know, this time of the day, but I wanted to see what it was like here, and what, you know, and I am impressed. It does look good, and there was definitely signs of carp there when I first got here, but I haven't seen anything since. Just the odd acorn dropping off the tree into the water. But this is what carp fishing is all about, you know. You're not going to get something, or highly unlikely, straight away. But if you don't go, if you don't try it, you're not going to catch one. So whether you blank or whether you don't, you know, you've got to go to catch one, haven't you? So you know, we keep persevering. I might try somewhere out there, a bit further out to the nearer the lily pads in a minute. It's 4:05 now. Still nothing at the moment. As I speak, there's a tap on this rod again, on this one here. I imagine it's small stuff because I've got the method feeder out there, so they're probably pecking away. I would imagine it's small stuff pecking away at the ground bait. It's 4:15 now. It's turned out after those showers this morning. It's absolutely beautiful now. It's really nice. Just waiting for one carp. That's all I ask, is one. I'll be well happy with one. I don't care how big it is. If I could just get one. And then I can say then I'm off the mark and I've caught one. I mean, looking at this spot, I mean, I don't know, but for me it looks like chub heaven here. It looks just the sort of spot where you'd get decent sized chub. Well, I haven't heard of any chub being caught up here. And so I do know there's some decent bream up here, that I do know. Decent bream, definitely decent carp. Tench. but I've yet to have any of them up here at the lock. The two rods I'm using, they're both different but the same make. They're both Fox Warrior, but they're different versions of it. Haven't seen or heard any sign of any carp since those fish moved when I first got here today. I mean, it doesn't mean to say they're not there. They could just be sitting there, and they probably are just sitting there somewhere underneath a tree or in between the lily pads, which is where I've got this one there on the right hand side, right in amongst the lily pads. I'm hoping to get one more session in before I go back to work. It won't be a carp session, but I've got something else lined up. I know one thing, if a carp does take hold of one of these rods, I'm going to have to hang on for dear life, because I reckon they'd enough fight, I would have thought. Put up a right scrap. So my biggest ever carp is only, well, it's 15 pound from a lake. That's the biggest I've had. I've yet to catch one on the river. I had a line bite just now on this rod, which shows there's fish down there. In fact, it looks to me like there are fish. Yeah, it's feeding down there. Definitely seen one or two signs of fish topping or bubbles and stuff like that. You know, there's definitely some fish down there feeding. I'd like to have a float fishing session down here and all. There we go, another liner on this rod here, on this one. Knock on the left hand rod now, but that's all it is at the moment, just a few knocks here and there, no proper bites. It does give you an indication there are fish in the area, but probably small stuff, but you know, you don't know. There we go again, the left hand rod. Probably pecking away at the ground bait, I would have thought, on the feeder. Yeah, it's really going now. I had a line bite just now on this rod, which shows there's fish down there.
In fact, it looks to me like there are fish. Yeah, feeding down there. I've definitely seen one or two signs of fish topping or bubbles and stuff like that. You know, there's definitely some fish down there feeding. I'd like to have a float fishing session down here and all. There we go, another liner on this rod here, on this one. Knock on the left hand rod now. But that's all it is at the moment, just a few knocks here and there. No proper bites. It does give you an indication there are fish in the area, but probably small stuff, but you know, you don't know. There we go again, the left hand rod. Probably pecking away at the ground bait, I would have thought, on the feeder. Yeah, it's really going now. There's quite a bit of small stuff topping out there now, just straight ahead. I'm sort of contemplating on whether to use a pop-up. I may just try it in a minute on one of them. There's a lot of small stuff now on the surface. Time wise it's 5:25. So I've got a couple of hours left to try and get one. The last couple of hours I've moved into the swim next door, which is probably the one I should have been fishing. But never mind. Another brilliant looking spot though. I've got one just over there, just in front of those overhanging trees. I couldn't quite get it right to the back where I wanted to get it, and this one here on the right hand side is just straight out. Let's see where it goes. It's 6:10 now. That sun is absolutely blinding in this swim. Oh, it really is. It's right shining into the water and then reflecting off the water straight into my eyes. It's 6:10 now. That sun is absolutely blinding in this swim. Oh, it really is. It's right shining into the water and then reflecting off the water straight into my eyes. As I say, I'm fishing in the swim next to the one I was fishing earlier. And I think this is the one I should have probably fished in at the beginning, but I made a big error there, possibly. But I mean, to be honest, the other swim looked good as well, really. But you've got more lily pads in this swim. Yes, a beautiful summer's evening on the River Adur up at the lock. This is the lower lock. Trying to catch my first ever river carp. I think it was always going to be tough. You know, if you fish here as the light's fading and after, you know, at night and early hours of the morning, really, that really increases your chance of catching one big time. But I will have a float fishing session up here, definitely. And whenever I have another carp session, it will certainly be here. Whether I catch or not, I haven't been put off by it at all. Well, I'm into the last hour now. Just hoping that something does come along. I really do admire these people, these fishermen that are dedicated, really dedicated to catching river carp. Because it is a real skill. It's not, you know, just a question of casting a buoy in and hoping for the best. You know, they really do know what they're doing. They spend so much time studying the river, knowing exactly where the fish are, where their habitat, where they go, what times of the day. Really is, you know. Well, it's 25 to 7 now, and got another 20 minutes. I'm slowly going to be packing up now, so I'm really sorry I haven't been able to catch anything. I'd love to have caught a carp, just to have shown you, you know what I mean, what they look like in this river. But it's not to be. But maybe it will next time. The more times I go, try and get one, the more chances I've got. So, whew, it's another scorching evening here. So I'm going to pack up very shortly, and I've got something lined up for the next session. It's going to be a roach and bream session, somewhere on the river I know where you can catch some decent roach and bream. So I look forward to that. That'll be the next session. Not sure when that's going to be yet. Might be able to fit one more in before I go back to work. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Yeah, so hope you've enjoyed it. Anyway, I've enjoyed it, even though I haven't caught. I have thoroughly enjoyed it, really have. And hope you're catching plenty of fish, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.